Hello beautiful people. With the Wind of Change update, there has also been a change to the armor pin of all weapons greater than and including 12.7mm on aircraft. The change reads: Armor piercing tracer, and armor piercing tracer incendiary rounds for machine guns and cannons of calibers over 12.7mm have been transferred to the Jacob DeMar formula for armor penetration. But this means in-game is an increase of armor penetration across the board. A few are in my opinion warranted, but sadly most will be pretty awful overall. And in that I mean completely OP. Let's look at the American 12.7mm ground build. The 50 cal was already very powerful, but now it has become ridiculous. Armor pin at 10 meters is now 30mm. At 500 meters is 25mm, and even at 2 kilometers is now 14mm. The armor pin for the US 20mm Cannon APT shell is now 38mm at 10 meters, 29 at 500 meters, and 12mm at 2 kilometers. The Russian 12.7mm heavy machine gun is now even more ridiculous than the US 50 cal. The armor pin at 10 meters is 31mm, 26mm at 500 meters, and 17mm at 2 kilometers distance. What the F? We can also take a look at the AP shell for the Russian 45mm cannon. The armor pin at 10 meters is now 79mm, 67mm at 500 meters, it used to be 48mm, and at 2 kilometers is still 40mm. So those two nations and others who used those weapons and who definitely did not need any help in that regard has now become even more powerful and, dare I say, obnoxious. There are only two nations who in my opinion needed any real help in that regard, and that was the German and Japanese 20mm armor piercing shells. They had awful armor penetration but have now received some help. The German 20mm armor piercing explosive shell found in the MG151 had before the update awful armor penetration, but now it has 26mm at 10 meters, 18mm at 500 meters, and still useless 6mm at 2 kilometers. You should take a look at all the different weapons yourself. There are changes in armor pin to all of them. So now the US and Russian 12.7mm guns will be even more powerful and able to destroy SPAGs from over 2 kilometers distance. The only saving grace will be that the targets will be pretty small at that distance. I think all but the Japanese and German changes were not needed. This will only make matters worse in mixed battles for everyone being up against the American and Russian weapons. They already had very strong CAS aircraft and weapons, but now it has become completely ridiculous. Thank you for watching, and until next time, remember to deploy your die brakes. Have a good one.